pleased to introduce Mitch Biggs with Avidyne. And Avidyne has had a good year.
We have had a great year.
Certification, what a concept. Isn't it a lovely thing?
Yeah, it's a software release for us, but actually it also brings some hardware to the table. With this, we also have a new 550, which is our flagship, which brings an egocentric synthetic vision view for the pilot. So we're basically squeezing a lot of the technology we had with the R9 platform down to these IFDs, and now we're bringing synthetic vision down to the IFD, so that 550 actually has that extra card and gives you the pitch and the roll indications that you can see. And then we created some variations within our 500 series and our 400 series, so that 550 now has a complement without VHF radios that's cheaper, that's GPS only. And we also have a 510 that complements the 540, which gives you an option to have GPS without the VHF radios. And then the 400 series, the 4 series also has a 410. So it's a hardware release and a software release with a lot of features packed into it.
5 pounds in a 2-pound box.
It is, it's great.
Cram it in there.
Yep.
I have watched for, decades now, the progress of Avidyne. I've been an owner, an operator, and worked closely in some cases. You've had such a strong direction on ease of use, on building architectures that all pilots can appreciate and almost any idiot can operate.
Absolutely.
Which, in my case, a blessing. A double-edged sword, but a blessing nonetheless. Where do you go from here? It's such a competitive industry. It's got its pair of it's got its set of 600-pound gorillas and the like, and that's hard to compete with under any circumstances, especially after a tough couple of years economically. But what do you do to stand out and, more important, prove the value proposition that's always been a part of your product line, i.e., got the capability, got visuals, but damn, we're easy to use?
So it's a great question, Jim. I think one of the things, I don't think our customers really realize right now what we've given them for free. We've given them synthetic vision, we've given them an iPad app, we've given them Bluetooth capability, and it's essentially all for free. So the situational awareness of understanding where your traffic is, the ease of navigation. I'm to the point now where I can get my IFR clearance, and when they read it back, I can literally click it in the FMS as fast as they're reading it and read it back to them, and that's how easy it is to set a flight plan in our system. So that piece is very user-friendly, to your point of ease of use. I think the next piece where Avidyne really can flourish is our alliances and partnership with the second and third tier, because let's face it, Garmin's the big gorilla out there. They're doing a phenomenal job. They're an awesome company. But we have other companies out there that we're partnering with, and I believe now, my background's military, so I grew up as a HUD baby. So now all of this situational awareness is now on the glass. I want to get the pilot's eyes up out of the cockpit and into a HUD. So partnering with an optics company would be very attractive. Getting AOA front and center with the GA community would be really, really impressive. Not just a box that's there that everybody ignores, but it really adds value to the flying experience. And certainly all the navigation that you can put out, focused on affinity, so you're looking out of the window and you know you're on glide path, you know you're on the right course. So that's the next piece of, you know, the ADS-B solutions, the optics solutions, all the weather solutions that we'll be able to do to bring more situational awareness as a group, as an aggregate, to offer alternatives to the GA pilot.
How's availability on the product line right now?
It's outstanding. In fact, we've been able to ramp up the production. We took a couple of days down to take all of our boxes that were in the old software version, and we up-revved them to the new software version. So we started shipping out last Monday. We had a program where people could advance buy the 550, tremendous demand for that. We've got a long list of customers that we're servicing starting next week of getting that product into their airplanes and getting that certified. So the training here has been phenomenal. We actually showed the team how to do the software upgrade while we were teaching the class as we had it powered on, and it went without a hitch. It's really a great product.
Without a hitch, what's that like? I've never had that happen before. I've been in aviation too long, and especially some of my background's military as well, and I don't have to tell you that without a hitch just does not exist in the military lexicon. The whole concept behind driving every box with visuals now. And especially to the extent, I mean, nobody's doing what you're doing in this particular regard. What's the modus operandi behind it? Is it something that people really needed all along and didn't know, or is this just something that over a period of time as you developed, you just saw it all had to go that way anyway?
Yeah, I give a lot of credit to Dan Schwinn, who's been a visionary in this market, to my boss, to really drive this agenda. I think some of the next things that we're looking at, and to answer part of your other question, is connectivity into the cockpit. We still have some things that we're doing in the UAV market that we're not really doing at this show, but we do that as a side that our product complements. But I think it's exactly what you talked about. It's an unarticulated need in the GA community. My background is flying single seat fighters, so the airplane was very, very easy to fly. It was very, very difficult to employ. So my peer, who is the senior VP of software development and engineering, is we call him Jake, Steve Jacobson, and he was a test pilot in the A-10. So, and a former classmate of mine at the Air Force Academy.
Tank Buster.
So we grew up with this technology in the military, and so to be able to have that ease of use of being able to pull that and bring it into these MFDs, these PFDs, and now these IFDs is really something that I guess we kind of had a glimpse into the future back when we were young lieutenants about what flying really could be in terms of your point about how easy it could be. Because you're really task saturated in a single seat fighter, and so we've taken all of that, what we used to call admin, how do you get to and from, to the GA community and brought it to life.
One of the issues that is perplexing this industry, and we're asking everybody here who's even got a dog in this hunt, ADSB.
Yeah.
What's it take for this community to understand that in no uncertain terms, 2020 is coming, there's not a bloody thing they can do about it, and they can either get it done now or wait till the last minute and pay more, wait a lot more, and possibly not get everything that they were looking for in the long run. What is happening out there? What's, from your perception and where you are at Avidyne, what's the holdup psychologically within the community?
I think we're a fast food society, and I think people think that there's going to be something cheaper and quicker and better down the road. And you can do the math. It's not, at some point in time, the dealer community will wake up and start raising their rates, and they're going to start taking deposits and reservations for these precious slots to get the guys in, especially the ones that are in Class B airspace and really flying hard at IFR. They're going to get to a point of no return here in the next several, probably months, it could be even weeks, when you try and do the math of how many airframes really need to be reconfigured so that they are safe in this environment that we're going to be in.
Yeah, because we were talking before with a number of our guests, and they're all talking about, we've got 20, 30,000 airplanes sitting on the sidelines as January 1st, 2020 rolls along. We got a real problem on our hands.
And I tell you, a good proxy for that is look what happened in Australia. I mean, they had the same type of ADSB mandates, and a lot of them missed it, and there's some things that are happening with them right now that are impacting their flying behavior because they chose to procrastinate.
Meantime, what's happening with the rest of the Avidyne product line?
Let's see. So our primary focus right now is the IFD as what we call the hub of the ADSB solution. So you need a rock solid GPS source, bringing situational awareness to the pilot, and then deciding whether you want to be an ADSB out kind of guy, which we have with our 340 and our 322. So one of the things we've done is we've right-sized one of the few probably manufacturers this year that lowered their retail pricing. We right-sized a lot of our pricing for our dealers, so we've got that very simplified. And so our ADSB out solution for both our panel mount and our remote mount are now about the same. So we've done that as a competitive response to Garmin's 345. That's a phenomenal product, so we're going against that product there with a bundled solution with an IFD. And then we're also looking, as I mentioned before, resourcing with other manufacturers out there of how do you get creative solutions in the cockpit. So one of the things we're bringing is this IFD 100. That IFD 100 is an iPad app that you download on the Apple Store. Well, we're not in a proprietary way, we're very open source. So we have many people that have our software development kits that are developing applications to help augment that flying experience within the cockpit. So we're with FreeFlight, we're with FlyQ with Seattle Avionics, Cloud Ahoy. There's all kinds of different manufacturers that you know about, and we also have guys developing apps that you haven't even heard about that could add tremendous value or be a flop, and that's really the customer gets to choose on that.
The iPad has added such an interesting dimension to our ability to not only create and innovate, but to think way outside the box.
Much so, absolutely.
I'm hearing some rumors about some of the next big apps and the next big things. From your standpoint, what do you want to see this industry develop?
Like I said, I think the thing I love about the iPad and the apps and the glass is it brings tremendous situational awareness to the pilot that you didn't have. It's so much different looking at a bird's eye view of an exocentric view from synthetic vision and say, oh, that's where I am, that's where the mountains are, that's where the runway is. That comes that quick. The next piece to that is, like I mentioned before, is let's get the eyes up out of the cockpit. Let's start teaching them things about AOA and managing energy and stuff along those ways. So nobody is going to be able to derail this ADS-B freight train. It's coming, so you have to be on there. That's pulling through. As I talk to most of the dealers, that's really what's driving their business. When customers pick up the phone, they're calling their dealers or they're calling Avidyne and they're asking, I kind of understand ADS-B, what are my options, sending a picture to their panel, and from that they go, well, what's your GPS source, and you figure out that solution. So I would say the ADS-B thing, the optics thing, and then there's going to be other products to augment the traffic that we're coming in and the weather products that we're going to have available to us as we get down the line.
Customer service. It's been an interesting issue for a lot of these companies. I've watched a number of iterations and a number of attempts to work the system. Where does Avidyne stand right now? And what is the overall health of your customer service system?
Yeah, so today marks my 1-year anniversary. So with
Happy
Avidyne,
anniversary.
so I get to, I'm no longer the rookie, so now everything counts, right? So to answer your question, the reason I bring that up is before I came on the company, I understood that they had a couple of bumps in the road with technical support, with customer service. So that team rolls up to me. We have invested, in fact, we brought one of our technical support reps out to this show. They're part of our training, they're integrated, they're embedded with our dealer network. So we manage our service levels to make sure that you're talking to a human and you're actually getting that real-time information that you need. So I'm really comfortable with the knowledge that our tech support team has. The next thing that we're having that's really starting to take off is, and I don't think this industry does a very good job, I get this from I had a chance to spend some time in the retail industry, and it's that after-sale customer care and customer satisfaction. So we've launched some loyalty programs, some Avidyne ambassador programs, and some opportunities. What a lot of people don't realize with our product is we have essentially a 4-year manufacturer's warranty. I mean, you get one out of the box, you register your IFD, and then you actually sign with an Aeroplan, you get up to 4 years of manufacturer's warranty, and that's unheard of in this industry. So we're doing things like that and keeping people, some of our best referrals are from our customers that are out there. Final question.
All the people that are watching us from the outside world will be watching us in the years to come with the archive presentations and all. What don't they know about Avidyne that they need to know right now?
It's a great question. I'd say the one thing that they probably don't know, and I get it a lot, is we've been around over 21 years, and we have put a lot of things on the map that some of the other folks have done what I call fast following. So we were the innovator in terms of an integrated flight deck. We're the innovator in terms of hybrid touch and touch screen. There's a reason why our IFD has buttons in addition to a touch screen, because we understand what it's like to fly in a bumpy IFR environment. So I would say the amount of engineering know-how and innovation that is a core competency within that company, coupled by the fact that we've been at this for over 21 years, is the one thing that I think a lot of people say, wow, and oh, by the way, we make the product in the great old USA in Melbourne, Florida. A lot of people don't realize that.
Excellent. Mitch, good times. thank you very much. We look forward to catching up with you down the line, and more important, hearing good news and more certifications and more big announcements down the way, I hope.
Appreciate you having me. I can't wait for the next one.
Well, fill me in a little bit now, just between you and I, what's next?
10.2.1.
You know, Harper doesn't fall for it either, and he's just equally irritating in that regard.
Aero-News Network's coverage of the 60th Annual AEA International Convention and Trade Show, live from New Orleans, is brought to you in part by the following sponsors.
Southeast Aerospace teamed up with Garmin International, Gables Engineering, and Peregrine Avionics to bring the most cost-effective and flexible ADS-B solution to the business aviation community. Our Part 25 AML STC is available for non-TCAS 2 Beechjet, Citation, Hawker, Learjet, and Falcon Jet. Visit seaerospace.com for more details.
A new high-powered version of our popular USB charging ports. The TrueBlue Power TA202 series high-power USB charging port simultaneously provides 3 amps of power per port, offering an extensive list of single and dual USB Type C and Type A configurations. The TSO-certified TA202 powers current and next-generation personal electronic devices, including phones, iPads, and laptops. Available from your local avionics dealer.